Join me, Kevin Donaldson, as I dive deep into the complexities of ego and try to unravel what really is going on beneath the surface. Stay tuned. When we talk about ego, we often think about how it affects our daily lives. We might think about that one friend who always needs to be the center of attention, or that colleague who always has to one-up everyone else. But ego is so much more than just a bunch of annoying traits. It's a fundamental part of who we are, and it plays a huge role in shaping our relationships, our personal growth, and our overall sense of self. Moving on, there are some common misconceptions about ego that I want to clear up. One of them is that ego is purely negative. People often think of ego as something that only gets in the way, that it's always a bad thing to have, but that's not entirely true. Ego can also be a driving force behind our achievements, our confidence, and our sense of identity. On the other hand, some people think of ego as purely positive, that it's all about being confident and self-assured. But that's not the whole story either. Ego can also lead to arrogance, entitlement, and a whole host of problems. Another misconception is that ego is something that only affects certain types of people, like narcissists or celebrities. But the truth is, everyone has an ego, regardless of their background or personality type. We all have a sense of self-importance. We all have a desire to be recognized and appreciated, and we all have a fear of being rejected or ignored. It's just part of being human. Ego is also often seen as something that's fixed, that we're either born with a big ego or a small one, and that's just the way that it is. But research has shown that ego can be developed and shaped over time through our experiences, our relationships, and our environment. So if you're someone who struggles with ego-related issues, don't worry. There's always hope for change. And finally, some people think that ego is just something we can get rid of, that we can somehow transcend our ego and become more enlightened or spiritual. But the truth is, ego is a fundamental part of who we are. And it's not just something that we can just eliminate. Instead, we need to learn how to work with our ego, how to balance it, and how to use it in a positive way. When we delve deeper into the complexities of ego, we start to see that it's not just about how we feel about ourselves, but also about how we relate to others. Our ego affects how we form relationships, how we communicate, and how we respond to criticism or feedback. It's a delicate balance between being confident and being arrogant, being humble, or being too self-effacing. One of the most interesting things about ego is how it affects our personal growth. On the one hand, ego can be a major obstacle to growth because it can make us resistant to change or to feedback, and also definitely resistant to new ideas. But on the other hand, ego can also be a driving force behind our growth because it gives us a sense of purpose, a sense of direction, and most importantly, a sense of motivation. So what's really going on with ego? One key insight is that ego is not just one thing, it's dual. It has a dark side, which can lead to arrogance, entitlement, and selfishness, but it also has a bright side, which can lead to confidence, creativity, and a sense of purpose. And the key to personal growth is finding a balance between these two sides, rather than trying to eliminate one or the other. In summary, ego is a complex, multifaceted thing which affects every aspect of our lives. It's not just a fixed trait, but something that can be developed and shaped over time. By understanding the dual nature of our ego, we can start to work with it rather than against it, and use it as a tool for personal growth and self-improvement. Hey, thanks for watching. I'd love to hear your thoughts on ego in the comments below. If you're interested in learning more about self-improvement and personal growth, be sure to check out other videos on the Suffering Podcast channel. So as always, please take care of yourself, take care of each other, and God bless.